Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah here with another exciting episode of Pokémon Sun and Moon Tips and Tricks Tutorials. On today's episode, we're going to show you guys everything you need in order to catch your very own Ditto. Yes, Ditto, the breeding monster. He's awesome. So, if you guys are excited for the tutorial, definitely smash that like button and share the video with a friend. Okay, so if you guys have access to Ula Island, you guys can potentially get a Ditto. Now, this is about, I would say, halfway into the game. So all of you guys looking to breed some starters, it's going to be a little bit. So anyway, you guys can head on over here. Let's take a look at his information, and I'll provide you with a QR code so that you can have his info in the game. Right over here is a QR code, so feel free to pause the video and scan that accordingly. Now, Ditto is great because you can put him with potentially any Pokemon, and you guys can start making some Pokemon eggs. So taking a look at it, he's right over on Hakulani Mountain, and he's on 4 different grass areas. So taking a look over there, we're going to be aiming for this area right over there on the bottom screen, right next to the Pokemon Center, because it's really close. So that's going to be pretty fun. Anyway, so I'm excited for it. I came across during a Ditto, during one of my Let's Play episodes, and I was pretty pumped up, and that's how I was able to fuel this tutorial. It was great. So anyway, if you guys have access to Charizard flying, which I think you should by now if you're already on Ula Island, you'll be able to fly straight up to the top of the mountain. Now, over on Route 10 is exactly where you need to go, so bust out your Tauros and head over to the very first patch of grass that you see over here. It'll take a while. His spawn rate is pretty rare. It took me about 10 to 15 tries in order to get him. But that's okay. Here are the Pokemon that I'm going to use. So I'll show you guys. There's a little trick to getting a correct nature. If you bring a Pokemon with the ability Synchronize, I have Espeon, but Umbreon could work, or Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam. Those guys are pretty accessible at the very beginning of the game. I'm bringing a Modest Nature Synchronized Pokemon so that when I go through in the first battle with him, I can potentially have a Modest Ditto. Of course, we're bringing our Decidueye with False Swipe, which is the theme on my episodes here. Of course, we're also bringing Klefki with Thunder Wave, because he's awesome. But anyone with Thunder Wave, anyone with False Swipe will work. And of course, we're going to bring a Magikarp, because we're going to trick this Ditto into transforming into it. It's going to be pretty fun. And it's a little bit easier to do, so that's my strategy on catching Ditto. Feel free to use it. And Magikarp's very easy to find, so go through in the water and then fish for him. You'll most likely have one. So here we go, our very first encounter with Ditto. Sending in your synchronized Pokemon will have a chance of allowing that enemy Pokemon to have the exact same nature. And Modest is a very good nature for special attackers. So right now, before he actually changes or transforms into my Espeon, which would be very bad news, we're going to go through and switch in our Magikarp. Now, by switching in Magikarp, he's going to be a Magikarp for the rest of the battle. Now, yes, it could be scary if he uses Flail, which Flail at 1 HP is going to be pretty scary because it's very powerful. But of course, with Decidueye, he's got the Ghost typing, so all that stuff doesn't even matter. Normal attacks don't affect Ghost types. So here we go. I'm going to switch in my Klefki right now. We're going to bust out the Thunder Wave, and we're going to get that Paralysis status on him. With that status, the capture rate is going to be a little bit higher. So keep that in mind. Of course, if you don't have a Klefki, you can use Pichu, you can use Pikachu, anyone that can learn Thunder Wave, go for it. So now I'm going to switch into Decidueye and start False Swiping. Now, False Swipe is a TM that is found very early game. You can use Decidueye, you can use the event Munchlax with the move Hold Back. A lot of Pokemon have access to the TM for False Swipe, so feel free to find any Pokemon that's able to use it and then use them accordingly. You don't necessarily have to have a starter in order to do it. So anyway, it's going to be a 2-shot in order to get him to 1 HP, and that's going to be very good for us because his Splash doesn't do anything, Tackle doesn't do anything, and Flail doesn't do anything to my Decidueye, so we could sit here all day and throw Pokeballs at it. So anyway, be sure to stock up on some Pokeballs. It really doesn't matter what Pokeball you throw at it. I'm going to go through and throw a couple Ultra Balls at it, but as you guys can see, like right off the bat, Ditto jumps out of the Pokeball without it even shaking one, so that kind of made me afraid a little bit. I'm like, dude, is your capture rate that low? I could have sworn. But anyway, if you keep on going and keep on tossing Pokeballs, you'll be set to go. This is my second Pokeball that I tossed at it, and I was able to catch it, which was super good and very good on my wallet, let's say. I spent a lot of luxury balls trying to get that Eevee for the episode, and that didn't work out. So anyway, Ultra Ball's got a very high capture rate. So anyway, you've got your Ditto right over here on screen. I left a space in my party so that I can instantly access it and take a look. But of course, if you don't have a spot in your party, it'll show you. So here we go. We have a Ditto with the Quick Powder, which is great. And the first thing that I want to check is, boom, we got a Modest one. So that's going to be great for breeding. Hook him up with an Everstone, and you're going to be set for Modest anything. So maybe I'll make some Modest Poplio. That's going to be really good. Modest Poplio is going to be awesome. So anyway, this one was holding on to a Quick Powder, which boosts Ditto speed, but I mean, I'm never going to do that. Dude, that's a terrible hold item for Ditto anyway. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, good luck with your search for Ditto. Be sure to go through and farm a bunch of different natured synchronizers so that you could potentially have a whole bunch of Ditto with different types of natures, so that it makes breeding a lot easier for you guys. If this video has helped you out with your breeding quest, definitely smash that like button, and of course share the video with a friend. You guys can watch more tips and tricks videos by clicking right over here, and you'll see the entire playlist. Of course, you guys can see the newest video on my channel there, and of course some recommendations, which is my 100% walkthrough of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, we'll see you guys on the next Pokemon Sun and Moon tips and tricks video. Like always, if you guys have a suggestion for a topic, let me know in the comment section below. Take care.